What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Talk. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy, joined tonight by the man, Sean Petrucci. How are we doing, Sean?
I'm doing great tonight. How about you?
Can't complain. We actually have some Yankees news today. I mean, I feel like it's the first time all offseason. Listen, we have gone, it's January 4th when we're recording this. And the Yankees, so far this offseason, have only signed Matt Bowman to a minor league deal and Socrates Brito. Okay. We haven't even heard them.
Don't forget Adam Warren.
That's right, Adam Warren. I completely forgot about him. Signed for the 15th time. But yeah, listen. At this point, I would expect the Yankees to at least be in on a lot more players at this point. We've only really heard them in on DJ LeMahieu. However, we got news today. The Yankees are one of it's 7 teams interested in Yasiel Puig. I'm not really surprised. He's the type of guy who the Yankees are going to do their due diligence, say that they're interested in him, offer him 1 year, $3 million, and then when a deal falls through, they're like, oh, whatever. But I guess I'll give my input on what I think about Puig and whether or not he would be a fit in the Bronx. Do I think he would be a fit in the Bronx? To my standards, sure. But to the Yankees' random standards, probably not. I don't think they like the personality. I don't think they like the antics. Which I'm going to say myself right now, that needs to be thrown away immediately. We need to stop acting like there's still a Yankee way and that we hold our players to a certain gratitude, especially when Brian Cashman's talking about Domingo Germán coming back and being a number 2. So I think looking at Yasiel Puig, the Yankees need to look at him and just throw personality aside. Same way they should look at Trevor Bauer. Throw personality aside. Just look at their performance on the field. And even though Puig didn't play in 2020, he was good in 2019. I think he batted 267, 24 home runs, split between the Reds and the Indians. So I think my thoughts on whether or not he would be a fit is if he's for the right price and you could get him for 1 year, maybe with an option for a second year, I don't think it could hurt. There's no the risk is so low signing Yasiel Puig for 1 year. I mean, the worst case scenario, he sucks and you release him mid-season. What do you think about Puig?
I agree with that last part. I think the only way I would bring him on is if it's cheap. Because do the Yankees need him? No. Is he just another right-handed bat? Yeah. But if he's, a couple $1 million, like you said, why not? What do we have to lose at that point? If he's not good, get rid of him. He's a good enough player. He still proved that he could play.
Yeah.
And you never know. With all of our outfield injuries, he can come in handy. So I'd be okay with it if it's for a couple $1 million.
Sure. Going back to the point I kind of made before, I know for a fact when this video is posted, I even saw on a couple articles today that wrote about Puig going to the Yankees possibly. Fans are pissed. The Yankee fans hate Yasiel Puig, and that goes back to the double standards that I have. I mean, we view opposing players who don't do things as bad as our own players as villains. It just doesn't make sense. We need to hold everyone to the same standard. And if you're going to bash Yasiel Puig for getting to some fights on the field and being a little bit flashy, then hold a guy like a Aroldis Chapman to the same standards. I mean, the Yankees literally traded for him while he had an ongoing domestic violence case. Now, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have traded for him, but looking in the whole personality aspect of everything, I don't think that there's an issue with Yasiel Puig in the Bronx. Do you think that he would, personality-wise, would be an issue with the Yankees?
No, I think that's a little overblown. I mean, who cares if he shows his emotions? I mean, it's the same fans that want Trevor Bauer, and they're probably saying, "No, I don't want Puig."
Yeah, no, it's
you gotta be able to. Yeah, you gotta be able to have both. I don't have a problem with it. I think we got to get rid of the Yankee way, like you said. Who cares anymore? Let's just win. Let's get the good players.
I agree 100%. I mean, I think the other thing that would go into Puig. Now, once again, I don't see this move actually happening. I just want to say that. Especially because, I mean, Feinstein reported the Yankees are one of 7 teams. The Red Sox, Yankees, Astros, Orioles, and Marlins all have varying interest on Puig. So as far as we know, the Yankees are minimally interested.
I'd say they're probably last.
I would say so too.
They're not going to give him a lot of money, and they don't need him.
Yeah.
And so he probably realizes where am I going to play for the Yankees?
Yeah, I mean that's really the thing. I mean, going back to where he would play for the Yankees, the outfield is pretty locked up right now. You're looking at Clint Frazier in left, Hicks in center if healthy, and then Judge in right. And then I'm assuming I'm assuming they're going to be re-signing Brett Gardner. And then you also got Mike Talkman. I don't know. I personally,
Yeah,
I think Mike Talkman should start the season in AAA. I think it would help. It would be beneficial for him. So if we look at 5 outfielders on the roster already, where does Puig fit in with that? And also DH is locked up with Stanton. Um, Even Andujar too, if they want to mix him in somewhere in the outfield slash DH, I don't know. But either way, I don't really see a fit for Yasiel Puig unless the Yankees know something injury wise that we don't. I mean, if there would have been a
should
perfect
probably.
time for Yasiel Puig, which I know we mentioned earlier on in the year, it would have been this past season when the Yankees had no one in the outfield.
Yeah,
There was a point where Judge and Hicks were both hurt. And they could have signed
yeah,
Puig, but they didn't. But I could definitely see him going to a team like the Orioles.
yeah. I don't know if you'd want to go to the team with the Orioles, but if they'll probably pay enough money to have him not care for a year.
Yeah, I mean, only
So,
because I say the Orioles because I'm assuming if MLB carries over the expanded playoff bracket next season, the Orioles are going to be one of those teams who feel like they have a shot. And a guy like Puig would.
also,
That's why I would consider the Marlins one of those teams too, because they shocked
yeah,
everybody this year and they made it to the
they're not a
NL
bad
West.
team. They're a
Exactly.
solid team. Yeah.
So a guy like Puig, inserting him into that lineup because they don't really have like a big bat. He would probably be like that big bat in the lineup. I mean, him and
Starling Marte
Aguilar,
is their biggest.
yeah,
Starling Marte is probably their biggest bat,
yeah.
or
So
maybe Brian Anderson.
yeah, I mean they have a couple, but like I wouldn't say any of them
They don't have like
besides
a star.
Marte.
They don't have a.
Yeah,
Yeah.
any of them besides Marte have like the same aura as Puig does. But I
Mhm.
think it's going to be interesting to see how he's able to work his way back into the league next season. I mean, we've seen it before. It's not that easy for guys to take entire seasons off. Which we saw before was pretty interesting. He had a deal with the Braves in July, but then it
Mhm.
fell through because he tested positive for COVID. Um, that's kind of confusing to me, only because if we're saying he had COVID, he would have been out for like 2 weeks, probably.
Mhm.
He probably would have came in like August, maybe early September. That still would have been enough time, unless they wanted him to have like a spring training
Yeah, that's
before
what I
he
was
actually
gonna say.
came in. And
I
then
was
at
gonna
that
say they
point,
either
yeah,
want him to work out, or I don't know if they ever released the severity. Maybe he had a bad case, and they're just like, you know what, like just get healthy, like
yeah.
or something like that. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, no, but I'm definitely interested to see how he's able to adapt from not playing for a year. Now, I don't know if he played anywhere else, if he got any live at bats anywhere else, but I think it is going to be interesting how
Isn't
he's able
he?
to.
He's in the
The Dominican
Dominican
Winter
League
League.
right now.
Is he?
Yeah, he's playing on the same team that Gary
Okay.
Sanchez did, I believe. Yeah,
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know.
and
I
his
mean,
agent is Trevor Bauer's agent,
oh
Rick
really?
Soroka. Yep,
Makes sense. Makes sense.
that's new.
Um,
I think that happened
Honestly,
maybe like a month ago.
bro, what an agency! Puig and Bauer on the same
Yeah,
agent.
right. The two biggest personalities in baseball.
But yeah,
She
I
probably
mean,
likes that.
listen, I think in order for the Yankees to actually sign Puig, a lot of things would have to go right. One, they would probably have to be the only team interested in him. Two,
Yeah,
they would have to give him like the league minimum. And three, there would have to be probably an injury or two in the outfield. That would probably be it.
yeah. No, he won't sign to play on the bench. Highly doubt that.
No, there's no way because
No
personally,
shot. No
I
shot.
see Puig as a guy who would sign to play for the Orioles and start over signing for the Yankees and play on the
Oh
bench.
yeah, I think a lot of people would because the Orioles would pay him more too.
Oh, for sure.
And like,
For sure.
and if it's a 1 year prove it deal, he like let me go play every day. Let me go off and get
Yeah.
maybe a multi-year deal.
Yeah. But
I'd
yeah,
say it's like
regardless,
one. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, regardless, I don't see this deal happening. Um Reporters reporting that the Yankees are interested in Puig. It's honestly just smoke and mirrors at this point. Every team's interested in everybody. They have nothing else to really report, so don't get your hopes up if you want Yasiel Puig to come to the Bronx. I wouldn't be completely opposed to it, but I would be kind of shocked if it did happen. I think that's gonna wrap things up for us tonight. Appreciate everyone who's watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We're live usually every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Stream every night on Twitch, twitch.tv/unhinged New York, every night I believe at 9. So stay tuned for that stuff. Stay tuned all off season for content. Appreciate you all. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe.